Oh, hey there. We want to talk today a little bit about what we call emergency preparedness. Now I know what you're thinking. Ugh, Landon, that's kind of boring. But trust me, emergencies can happen anytime, anywhere, and you need to be prepared for them. So come along, we'll show you what we do to be prepared for emergencies. All joking aside, natural disasters can happen anywhere to anybody, and you have to be prepared for all sorts of emergencies. So Julie and I both grew up with families that were really big proponents of being prepared for emergencies. So, welcome. So, we actually just got some more supplies for our, what we call 72-hour kits. We're going to put those together a little bit and kind of show you guys what we use for our emergency preparedness.
We will start with the kids pack first. This is what we keep the kids' stuff in. Real quick, this is all of Landon's stuff. This is all of my stuff, and my wonderful in-laws gave this to me as a gift when I joined their family. And then this is for the kids.
So I guess our first tip is that, like, if it's not going to do any good to have stuff if it's not all together, right? I mean, you can't just have it scattered wherever, so you got to keep it all together. And it's not going to do any good either if it's going to be an emergency kit and you've got to get out of your house. If the emergency's in your house, you got to be able to get out of it. And so that's why we have these packs. Like Julie said, we've got the two big ones for her and I, but the kids can't pick up a huge backpack, so theirs is on wheels. It's an old suitcase. It's on wheels so they can...
Emma can be able to push us, yeah.
Yep, Emma can roll that, so...
And the reason why we are going through this is because the food in these go bad. If you make a kit and then 10 years later you have an emergency, the food is more than likely going to be bad. And so our in-laws sent us some fresh food, air pack tight, and so we are going to be replacing the food.
So that's tip number 2, I guess, that we've got, is that you have to go through them consistently. You're going to put clothes in there that your kids are going to outgrow, or you're going to get a belly and you'll outgrow them. And then you're going to also have your food that you have to replace regularly. So most fire departments suggest that you go through your batteries on your smoke detectors like twice a year and kind of set days for that, so like April and October-ish, and that's about when we do it too. So we'll go through, check our smoke detector alarms, which is emergency preparedness, but then we'll also go through these kits to make sure that they're primed and ready to go just in case. Because if you wait too long, you never know if you're going to fit in your stuff.
Oh, there is in no way that these would fit our kids anymore. How sad is that? So I went through their clothes today, and I just found what was big and what would be warm, because if it is a winter month, you want warm clothes. If it is a hot month, you can always cut them. So I just found like old raggedy clothes that I knew I didn't really want my kids wearing on a day-to-day basis, but that they could just be packed away. I found these at a thrift store for like 50 cents. So
nice.
You don't really have to spend money on these clothes, but it's nice to have something that's bigger so that they can grow into them.
Yep.
Socks, pants, and clothes. Yeah.
Got it all. You need to have your clothes sealed up, whether it's in a Ziploc bag or something that you can seal up. You got to make sure that they're going to be not soaking wet if for any reason this gets wet. So most of the things we have in there you can seal are sealed up. For kids, if you've got a vacuum compactor, that's probably like 20 diapers in there, and they suction down pretty tiny. So diapers, we got formula and a bottle. Essentially, you want really nutritious foods. This is a water bottle with a filter built into it so that they can filter water. These are MREs, or meals ready to eat. They're essentially just packets of food that you just open and eat. Tons of nutrition in them. Jarred fruit, so these, and the salmon we've got, or tuna, whatever you need some sort of protein. Whatever you're getting, make sure you replace those frequently because they'll get expired. We've got oatmeal and granola bars and more little diapers. Oh my gosh, these things are teeny. Those are little diapers. Oh. This is a flashlight that's powered by solar energy, so it can be good no matter what, even if you don't have batteries. Essentially, the kids just have the basics. There's no way we would leave them in an emergency, so we keep a lot of the stuff that we need mostly in our packs and leave the basics in theirs. So these things are pretty cool. They're called IOSAT tablets, and like I said, my parents are huge into emergency preparedness. Every year for Christmas, that's pretty much what they get us, is food storage, emergency preparedness stuff. And these IOSAT tablets are for use in case of a radiation emergency. So if for some reason there's radiation in the water, you put that in your water and it'll deradiate it so your water's safe to drink. You would never think that, or you never hope that you'd have to use that, but you know, being prepared for emergencies, prepared for all emergencies. So it's kind of a cool thing to have. All right, these are hand warmers, hot hands, and space blankets. We've also got other blankets we put in here, wipes, a little baby first aid kit. So like we mentioned, these are called our 72-hour kits, or the idea behind these is that we can actually live off of what's in these kits for up to 3 days or more. So we're gonna kind of go through what we've got in ours, and don't ever feel like you've got to get all the stuff what we've got. These are just some ideas, and this has taken a long time. Like Julie said, my parents gave her pack for our wedding gift. They gave me mine that I grew up with, and one for her.
All right, what do you need to replace yours with?
I need 2 oatmeals packets.
Oatmeal 1, oatmeal 2.
And then I had some of these Fiber One. I don't know if he sent us any more Fiber Ones or if we're gonna have
Nope, looks like that was it.
when do these expire? All right, I'll load all this back in. So there's a couple things kind of initially that we can see here that we got. We really like these Mountain House. That's just freeze-dried food, and they just last forever, and they'll maintain their nutrition. So we like those. We got a couple of those for us. We mentioned the MREs. Another huge one is to have electrolytes, salts. These are like Propels, powderized electrolytes. Good to have. And then, of course, you gotta have some candy. Yummy.
Well, if you got low blood sugar, you gotta bring it up somehow.
That's right, that's right. And then, of course, so in my main pocket here, we've got my clothes, a poncho, a space blanket, you know, your basics. Again, like we said, you want to keep your warm clothes in here because if it's hot outside, you can always cut your clothes. So this is a magnesium block. It's got a strip of magnesium on the top. This is a waterproof means of starting fire.
You want masks because if there is debris and smoke and you can't breathe in the air, you want a mask to protect so you can breathe.
So these are just like regular hospital masks or whatever. You can also get N95 masks, which are a higher filtration mask in case there's really bad diseases going around. Emergency supply of cash. So we got 50 bucks in here, all small bills and coins. Bandages, gloves, water purifying tablets. This is a waterproof container. Again, we got it for free. We threw some Band-Aids and stuff in there. Matches, sealed up, strike anywhere. Free soap, utensils, waterproof flashlight. This is a cool thing. It's got whistle, compass, and it's waterproof, so we put some matches in there. Got some bug repellent. This is a little portable stove. This fans out to hold a pot, and there are these little tablets that'll light on fire and heat your food. Another flashlight with spare batteries. This is a bottle of nails in case you need to build a shelter or anything. This is a little multi-tool. So it gets a little hairy in here. We won't pull it all out, but essentially we've got duct tape, a tin that I can cook things in / drink out of, a little more food, more cooking tablets. I've got a little hatchet in there, a camp shovel. This is a candle, a 1,000-hour candle that'll burn. More food, space blankets, some empty trash bags, nylon rope, and some more medical supplies. So the last big thing on my kit is this. It's a wool blanket. The reason you want wool socks and wool blankets because wool will insulate and keep you warm even if it's wet. It's one of the few materials that will actually do that.
While Landon is replacing my food, my bag is pretty much the same as his except for I don't have like the shovel, the hatchet. I let him carry the heavy stuff because he's the man and he can do that kind of stuff. Is it heavy?
No way.
You handle it.
Dad. That's gotta be tough.
Turn around. Pose for me. Looking good. Think you can last 3 days like that?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta make it portable for you. And if you can't hold it, you can't take it, right?
Don't you laugh at me. Don't you laugh at me. There's no laughing here.
All right, no,
I actually
this is
did go on
serious.
a 50-mile hike once when I was 19 years old with my best friend. And it was 50 miles. Like, I went on a 50-mile hike with one of these on my back. And we seriously lived in the wilderness. It was crazy. Anyway, here's the other one. So there's a somewhere.
Looking cute. Cute. Prepared and fashionable.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Just want to hike.
Cool. No, I actually remember for part of our emergency preparedness stuff at my home, we would put these on and we would walk up and down the street and everybody thought we were ridiculous, but we didn't care because my parents wanted us to get a feel for if we needed this. Of course, we want a good place to store all of this equipment, so you want a place that's cool and dry. You also need to have water. Water is cheap, and whenever we get an empty bottle, we just fill it up with water, and so we've got storage to go. And then you also need to keep yourself physically and mentally prepared for emergencies. You are your best asset, and you can do a lot to prepare yourself in a lot of other ways.
We feel like we have a pretty good start on what we do have, but I know we don't have everything, and so we want to know what you keep in your kits. Comment down below and let us know what you guys have in some of your 72-hour kits or your storage room, or some tips that you may have that might make things easier. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys like this and I hope you learned something from this. Thank you once again. If you want to see more videos, just click subscribe down below and
Give us a thumbs up.
we will see you next time.